From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 17th, 2023. A video claiming to show captive Israeli Avira Mengistu was released yesterday by terror group Hamas. Mengistu, who suffers from mental illness, crossed into Gaza in 2014 and was arrested by Hamas, who has been holding him there since. The Times of Israel reports that Israeli authorities are still authenticating the video and when it was filmed. Hamas today claiming it was filmed in recent weeks. In the clip, the man seen says, "I am the captive Avira Mengistu. How long will I be here in captivity, me and my friends?" The Times citing Hamas spokesperson Hazem Qassem saying that Israel will not see its captured soldiers, though Mengistu is a civilian, until there is a decent exchange, referring there likely to the release of Palestinian security prisoners. Hamas has also been holding Israeli civilian Hisham al-Sayed since 2015, also said to have mental health issues. And the terror group is holding the remains of IDF soldiers Staff Sergeant Oron Shaul and Lieutenant Hadar Golden, killed in the conflict with Hamas in 2014. IDF spokesman Brigadier General Ran Kochav was cited saying, "I would not like to confirm or deny the level of credibility of this video." Today, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was cited by Israeli media saying that Mengistu is alive. He said Israel does not stop its efforts to return Avira Mengistu and the rest of our captives and missing persons. Yesterday, he said, we received another confirmation of what we knew all along, that Avira is alive, adding that responsibility for his fate rests entirely on Hamas. International law, of course, forbids the taking of civilians captive and of using them for propaganda purposes, though nothing has been heard from the United Nations so far about this recent video. And staying with Netanyahu, the prime minister today met with the leaders of pro-Israel lobby AIPAC at his office in Jerusalem. President Betsy Korn, CEO Howard Kor, and AIPAC Israel Director Cameron Brown. Netanyahu called it an excellent meeting where, he said, "I emphasized our great struggle is against Iran, and we will not hesitate to act." Thanking AIPAC, he wrote, for strengthening the important ties between Israel and the USA. The IDF welcomed its new Chief of General Staff today. Major General Herzi Halevi is the 23rd Chief of Staff, his term officially beginning with a ceremonial guard of honor. Halevi replaces outgoing Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Aviv Kochavi. Jordan reportedly summoned Israel's ambassador to the country after claiming that its ambassador was refused entry to the Temple Mount in Jerusalem's Old City. The Times of Israel reports Israel said this was not the case, but rather that Ghassan Majali had not coordinated his visit to the Temple Mount ahead of time, and therefore he was asked for his ID when he arrived at the entrance to the site, which is customary, as Israel police did not know who he was, which caused a short delay in entrance, prompting Majali to leave in protest. And Israel's ambassador to Jordan, Eitan Serkis, reportedly was summoned and given a letter of condemnation. Israel police claimed that reports of refusal of entry was fake news. Majali later returned to the site for a tour. Well, yesterday, January the 16th, marked Martin Luther King Day, with commemorations held across the country, including at the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia, for the King Center's 55th annual MLK Jr. Day of Service. Israel's Consul General to the Southeast, Anat Sultan Dadon, took part, honored, she wrote, to ring the bell, a symbol of global unity, alongside fellow Consuls General.
Israel rings the bell for the beloved community.
And in Boston, Massachusetts, the JTA reports, also marking the recent 50th anniversary or yahrzeit of the death of Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, a friend and colleague of Dr. King who famously walked alongside him in Selma, Alabama in 1965, an interfaith procession on Friday into Boston Common for an unveiling of a new sculpture, The Embrace, honoring Dr. King and his wife and partner in the civil rights movement, Coretta Scott King. Rabbi Michael Shire of Central Reform Temple told the JTA of the procession, "We thought this would be a wonderful moment to rekindle the alliance between the African American civil rights community and the Jewish community." Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, January the 17th. At 7 o'clock, Jonathan Tobin speaks with Malcolm Hoenlein about Israel's new government and the rise of antisemitism. At 8, Benjamin Anthony talks about similarities he sees between Jew hatred in the U.S. and his life growing up in the U.K. At 8:30, international leaders speak at the ADL's Never Is Now Summit. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with lone IDF soldier Josh Warhit on L'chaim. At 10, founding dean and rector of Hebrew Union College Rabbinical School Art Green shares his thoughts on the state of Judaism today. And coming up next, it's Good Week, Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 17th, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.